But if I come out and say I want money, nobody blinks.
Yeah,
100%.
If I come out and say I want power, nobody blinks. If I come out and say I want to be the most popular person this year, nobody blinks an eye. The moment I say I want love, I want to be married, I want to be a husband, I want to be a father, suddenly everyone's like, oh, incredible, aren't you?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You know, today is really special. We're doing something we have not done ever. Due to popular demand, we, they said run it up, rewind, we go again. We have the one and only AdiWahab.
Aye. Good boys. Nah, it's Actionable. You know what? I didn't know the last episode was going to do that.
Brother, listen, the way people were like,
Yeah.
the way people were locked in. They were locked in. They said, Mr. Love Doctor, we need to hear what he has to say.
My different bro, I've been called the Somali hitch.
Yeah.
I've been called the Love Doctor. I've been Dr. Jal. Everything in there.
Yeah.
Oh my
I need to trademark some of these. It's a too good time.
But let me tell you, this year has been such a funny year. I was at the, I think, comedy.
Yeah.
And I was being silly. And then the other comedian said, "Hey guys, we have the Somali hitch in the building." And then they made me come off stage. I was thinking,
wait, I saw that.
Yeah.
You and Sideways.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was going to ask you about that, you know. And,
Bro.
you want to tell me how that happened.
so how? Because basically, the comedian Allah, great comedian as well. Great, but it was Banff. It was Allah, it was Diesel, I think there might be a few others, Salam,
I know
a
Diesel,
few others,
Diesel's funny
yeah.
guy.
Well,
That's
Diesel
funny
made me, but I was crying like real tears, bro. I was crying. But yeah, Allah was like, she was the host.
Okay.
And she was like, any single sisters in the building. Obviously, the lot I was sitting with my friends, but they're single, innit?
Yeah.
I'm like, let me hot them out. So I put a word, I was like, hey. and then Ola got onto me. But at first she thought it was them.
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, like it's crazy. Da, da, da. And then she realized it was me, man.
Yeah.
And then she was just like, I was getting grilled. And then Diesel was like, yeah, he's known as a Somali hitch. He's the one that gets people married off.
Yeah.
Talks about love and stuff like that. So she's like, yeah, you better come on stage.
We need to grow this guy.
No, because she was like, all right, do your thing. Match people.
Yeah.
I said, God damn it. I said, don't do that to me. So then I had to put Mohammed Sideways under the bus.
You said, I'm getting under the bus, you're coming with me.
Yeah, I was like, he had a play in the Olympic. He had a very great play between two worlds.
Yeah, mashallah.
I was like, yeah, you're getting grilled as well. And then he gave very politically correct answers.
Yeah.
Because what would you look for in a lady? Obviously, you can't say, I'm looking for the most beautiful one around. He said, I like her to be emotionally intelligent, funny, and caring. I said, nah, my guy. Tell her what you said in private. About that Coca-Cola. That was just hilarious. I would just be cheating him.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man.
No, Barak, you have done a lot. Since it's been how long has it been since we last recorded? Maybe 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
And in between that period, you've done a lot.
Alhamdulillah.
I know you've done the culture. Did you do the culture house?
That's this
coming
weekend.
Up. That's this week. I knew I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah,
it's the culture house. You done Wonder.
Yes.
You did a workshop.
Yes.
What else did he do? I know I've been seeing it everywhere. Listen,
and don't forget, he does the coffee shops regularly on a weekly basis.
Every Friday night, there's a quiz night.
Yeah, quiz night. Quiz night and discussions.
Yeah. So it started off by, I remember AdiWahab, because we know him for a while now, but I know a lot of people were saying first, love. Somali man talking about love. Come on, man. You know what I mean? To the point where now people are like, actually, he's speaking sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it takes time. People laugh at you first, and then slowly they will actually start listening to you. Because I've actually looked at the book and quality. Yeah. Quality.
Certain people have gotten married over it. What are we going to say?
Like that.
Now, rumour has it, Allah Barak, his success rate already is
healthy.
It's healthy, wallahi. What's the number saying?
No, alhamdulillah, obviously, our good brother, testimonial. Our good brother, I said, I said, when Jibril's back, Allahu Barak, may Allah bless his marriage, Mabruk to him and his missus and the family as well. But yeah, wallah, he's been too. It's funny because the events that I've had are nothing to do with actually getting married, like nothing to do with matchmaking. There's a lot to do with getting married, but nothing to do with matchmaking. But what's conducive to that environment is that you come to that environment and you're like, I'm at a certain age now. A lot of people that come to it are like, I'm at an age where I want to get married, so I'm learning. So essentially, it's like the way I've designed it is to be like almost like a premarital sessions, almost going through the book, going through the different things, bringing it to our community, all these discussion, all these places where it's meant to be healing. But what ends up happening is people see each other and they're like, oh, rah, like, think about it. We're all 27, 28, 30, around that age. We're all working. We're all like got our jobs, got our majority of our stuff. So you meet somebody that is around that same age that also is interested in getting married. You end up connecting. And what end up people doing is like, oh, I got the book. You open that page. Next minute, I'm getting a message. Yeah, I'm getting married. And I'm like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, I found so-and-so from your event. We're now seriously talking. We're now seriously doing it. And I'm like, I like the quick turnovers. These long talking stages, they're from dating, they're bullshit. They're bullshit.
People are ready.
People, not only are ready, but like, for example, I was speaking to somebody recently and I didn't know the thing that I had was a marriage meeting. I didn't know that's what it was called. Because I didn't coin it as a marriage meeting. I didn't go into it thinking by the end of this meeting, I'm going to be married. But essentially, take care of the labels and everything. It's the same thing. I went in with my missus, had the questions ready, everything. Came out of it saying, yeah, khalas, like I'm done. I'm out, like, alhamdulillah. And so they started with me, yeah, that's a marriage meeting, man. Only serious people do that. And I said, rah. But then I'm looking at people, I'm like, what's your talking stage length? And they're like, 7-8 months. And I'm like, crazy. I like 7-8 months. I was married by then. Some people are already married by then. Like, how could you 7-8 months? But yeah, I think so far the numbers is 10 people.
10 people.
10 people, yeah. 10 people.
May increase.
I mean.
So, obviously, the last episode that we had, alhamdulillah, we covered quite a lot of stuff, and I think I'd really love to kind of a smooth continuation, yani, from where we were. So I remember we were talking. The last thing we were talking about was kind of the challenges that young men were facing.
Yes.
And how those challenges are kind of as a consequence of the environment that we're living in, the times we're living in, and there's some unique challenges that they're facing within themselves that is then going on to expressed in ways that are kind of negative in either pursuing a partner or within a relationship. So let's kind of go into that a bit more. So from your experience now, what are some of the challenges that you're seeing young guys are facing, and how is that kind of presenting itself?
I think there's so many different things. But what I wanted to do before I answer that question was just to go through some stats that I was going through the workshop that will kind of make him make sense why we're all struggling. Look, this arena of love, of marriage, is something that none of us can do naturally. It's not meant to be natural. But people go in thinking, I'm gonna wing it. And I'm like, no, like, I'm so sorry. You are never gonna. I'll give you an example. Like, a lot of boys, they don't respond. Football, like, we know with good data, like at the start of the season, which teams are going to be around the top. Like, we know next year, Wrexham City is not going to be winning the Champions League. We know that. But why is it that we know that? Because we've seen past presidents. We've seen the top teams. They have the resources, they have the funds, they have the skills, they have the players. They buy the best players, so they're always going to be at the top. So there's a predictor. Marriage and the idea of marriage has been existed for millennia. It has been here for a long time. It has been studied for hundreds and hundreds of years. There's so much data out there that we are just ignoring. And I'm like, how are you just ignoring that? And I'll give you some of the data right now. For example, so insights to Muslim and just general marriage. What do you think? So it's about divorced Muslim women wished they had asked more questions before marriage. What percentage do you think it is?
50%.
Okay.
I would say maybe just a bit more. 60?
89%.
Oh my days.
89% of divorced Muslim women said they wished they had asked more questions before marriage. What do you think? In the Yaqeen Institute 2022, 68% of Muslim aged 18 to 25 reported feeling pressure to get married by a certain age. In Muslim survey of 2019 UK, said over 60% of divorced Muslim couples cited communication breakdown as a primary reason for divorce. Now, if you think about premarital education before marriage, what percentage do you think of Muslims do that?
10%.
Okay, 10%.
I'm going to be generous. I don't know, 22%.
It's 25%.
Okay.
1 in 4. 1 in 4, 25%, close to that region. And then couples who engage in premarital coaching from the Islamic Counseling Institute in 2021 had 35% higher quality of marriage and satisfaction. Then this is something I found out recently. You're legally not able to get divorced within the first year of marriage.
Where?
Yeah, you like especially in the UK, you're legally like you can't it can't materialize.
Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. I was looking at it, I was reading it out. I was like, what? You can't?
Yeah.
And then because I was speaking to someone earlier, and I said, look, like last year there were 7 of us that got married, 4 of them got divorced.
Yeah.
So there's only 3 of us who are technically still married, right? And so a lot of these data they will say the first 5 years, but technically 80% of those divorces actually happen in the first year.
It's crazy.
If you actually recalculate it.
If you recalculate it, and it basically said like 65% of Muslims get divorced within the first 5 years, and this is
65%.
yeah, that means if 100 people got married, 65 of them are getting divorced. If 10 of our guys got married, at least 6 of them are getting divorced. At least 7 of them are getting divorced. And then there was so much data. I was like, what? And then the Muslim Consensus 2022 said 40% of young Muslims are unsure how to get married in a halal way. So, and then another one, like there's a lot that is here. 74% of married people ranked compatibility as more important than physical attraction in Pew 2022. 72% of married people wish to discuss conflict resolution before marriage, Harvard Relationship Study 2021. So when it comes to this arena of marriage and love, there is so much data out there. There is so much to tell you, hey, these are the struggles you're going to face. These are the primary reasons. And 3 of them are like intimacy, finances, and within our culture, like parental interference. So when it comes to guys and their struggle in marriage is growing up, look at the language that's being used around boys, right? Don't cry. You smashed it. You beat it. You got that goal, whatever. Very, very much solution oriented. Very much boys have never been taught how to process their emotions. Like how many of us, like I'm about it to our parents, they did their best. But at the end of the day, we are reliving our realities in marriage. We're reliving our younger selves in marriage. Like attachment theory. That's the whole point of attachment theory came about was they were looking at young kids and seeing how they responded to their parents and their primary caregivers, and then they took that same concept and they applied it to adult relationships. And then they've done all these studies and they're like, these are all the things of that's how attachment styles came about. Are you actually attached? Are you avoidant? Are you secure? Are you fearful, avoidant, or disorganized? And then what they did was they took all these things and they realized, wow, like boys don't know how to regulate their own emotions. These boys then end up getting married, grown men. They have very shallow relationships, but they don't really know how to articulate themselves. And then now they get into a room or a space where they are married and their wife's asking for answers. Why did you do this? Now you're not regulated and you've never been regulated and you're feeling, why am I feeling why are my hands so sweaty? I can't breathe. Then you shut down, and then what? You disappear. I deal with hundreds. Like, well, it's actually quite scary of how many couples where a guy, as soon as that problem arises, disappears. Like, he either leaves the house, or he disappears mentally, he's gone, or he just doesn't come back. You know, I'm looking at like, subhanAllah, like, these boys have never been taught what's going on to them, what's happening to them. And then you speak to them and you're telling them, hey, like, my friend, like, come on. Even as to my boys, I'm like, look, I'll give you an example. There was a couch in my house, and a lot of them will be going through heartbreak or whatever, and they're trying to tough it up. And I'll just ask them a few questions, and I'll be like, look, how does it feel, man? It must be tough. Like, you were talking to that sister for X amount of months. I know you really liked her, and they're bored. They start shedding, or they just like, you see their shoulder being released. You see the tension in their body being released. So I think for a lot of the boys, they're like, bro, I don't know what she wants, right? And I don't know how to ask for what I want. And I don't know how I can regulate myself in this situation. And I'm being told I'm a failure either way. And I'm being told I'm shamed either way. Like, either when it comes to finances, either when it comes to, you know, certain things in the household, I'm just being told I'm not performing. And then what do we have? We have a shame box. And then we don't go near that shame box. We don't touch it. Because then if I go near that box, then I will have to come to terms with that I am not performing as a man. Because we take things literal. Like, Allah made us a qawam, maintainers, providers, protectors. So that's part of our fitrah, that's part of our character. So when we're taught or told you're not being a good husband, you're not being a good provider, you're not being a good protector, we're thinking, I'm being told that I'm incompetent as a person. Then a shame box is built. Then we're like, you know what, I'm just going to avoid it whatsoever. And I always told them, like, if you get divorced to this person, you get remarried again, you're going to get divorced to that person as well. You're going to replay the same cycles if you do not fix it.
Do you think it's that simple in terms of, like, men not knowing how to regulate, or do you think there's a deeper problem in terms of...
Yeah, way much.
How we grew up?
There's so many things that... Like, I love the episode that you guys did with the Sheikh, the doctor, about slavery and colonialism, and how we treat kids, and how we treat kids as like a property almost, and how we don't really allow kids to explore themselves. And I think there's so many wider issues that are happening that create all these different problems. Like me and Salman were speaking about, I said, look, I think one of the reasons for high divorces nowadays is, number one, a lot of women are more into the workforce, which means that a lot of them are like, look, I can financially provide for myself, so I'm not going to allow you financially to abuse me. They have the standard has risen. The things that the old generation of men got away with, the new generation of men will never get away with, and rightly so, because you shouldn't be abusing anyone at all, right? And people have become more educated, and society is more become individualized. So, like, what can I get from this relationship compared to what community can I build from this relationship, right? Another thing that me and Somali were speaking about is community. Is if, like, people used to go to each other's houses. People used to go home to each other, right? People used to be a part of each other's stories, right? Like, the idea of, like, Uber, for example, like, if I had a car and you needed to go to the airport, you would call me and you say, AdiWahab, I need to go to the airport on Thursday. Can you do it for me? Yeah, sure. I would then be with you. So then we build that connection through needing each other. But society's come out and said, you know what? You lot don't need anyone. You lot should be competent by yourselves. You lot don't need anyone. Nobody owes you anything. You don't owe anyone anything. You know, individualize. And what they've done is the unity that we had as a community has been broken. So now, because that unity has been broken, we do things ourselves, which means we keep all the problems to ourselves, all the solutions to ourselves. Now, what would happen if, as a collective, for example, all of us, we all got married, and one of us was struggling, and they came to us and they said, "Look, guys, I'm really struggling. I'm struggling mentally." We would then be like, "Okay, cool. What do you need help with? What load can I take off you?" Right? Is it that you need, you know, you and your missus, you guys are working and you need someone to pick up the kids? What if my wife goes picks up your kids? You know what I'm saying, and they stay at our house whilst you guys will deal with this stuff, right? or you guys need to go on a date night. What if you bring kids to our house? You know, we're not going on a date night. We're staying home, so we'll look after the kids for you, right? How many of that's happening right now, where everyone's like, everyone has to be like, we can't let people know that we're struggling, and then you die
until it's too late.
and then people are saying, what can we give to bring this family back together? What can we do to bring this family back together? It's too late. The mere fabric of community has been broken. So everything is more like, what can I do? And that's it. And it's so sad.
A lot of irreversible damage might have been done in that period where they could have actually asked for help.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Shame box. So many things happen where now it's like, even if you try to reconcile them, it doesn't work anymore. Like there's a lot of scar tissue, basically.
Honestly, we've been created to need each other. But look at the movies that are now coming about. Look at the shows that are now coming about. Look at the songs that people listen to. Look at the media that people watch. Look at social media itself. Self-made millionaire. I did this by myself. Nobody. I've seen this thing. It pisses me off all the time. Nobody's coming to save you.
Yeah.
The idea that nobody's coming to save you. I'm like, people say I was born alone and I will die alone. My guy, you were pushed out of your mother. You were not alone. What are you talking about? There were nurses there. Yeah. Your father was there. Your whole family was there. And on the day you died, there's a janazah for you. What are you talking about? Like, you die alone, born alone. Your whole community is there. Even the idea of salah, like we're meant to bring salah in the masjid. Congregation. What's that for? Community. Like, we need community. Like, we need it. That's why, for example, the quiz nights, people are like, yo, like, all I do is I look forward to that Friday. It doesn't matter if I don't have any other motives. I know that Friday is going to happen. I know it's stable for me. I know I'm going to come to that Friday and I'm going to have a quiz night and I'm going to put my hair down and I'm going to relax. And then after that quiz night, we're going to have discussions. And we just talk about friendship. So are you feeling more lonely? Are you feeling more connected? People saying, even though I do have social media, I do feel more lonely. I don't see my friends as often. Even like, for example, when someone's sick, before, what do? We used to go to them. Yeah. We used to go to their house. You would have people coming to you. What do you do now? Get well soon, man, bro. Get well soon. Little emoji, you know what I'm saying? Get well soon. That prayer emoji. That's not even a prayer emoji. I've had it's high five.
Yeah. Well, you know the point that it's such a profound point. The point that you made about the role that the community plays, and how, having lost that, we've lost so much. Whether it's support within relationships, whether it's how you meet people. And I think our experience is fundamentally different to that of our parents. I think this is one of the most fundamental differences that we can pinpoint to, because they came from cultures and societies where the whole community played a role in everything. The kids weren't raised by just the family. They were raised by the community.
Exactly.
You met your spouse through the community. Issues that you had within your marital relationship or within your family or whatever it was were dealt within the community. Or at least there were key people within the community you can go towards that will help alleviate that. So coming from that environment to a fundamentally different one here, where the idea of community doesn't exist in the same way, where even the concept of a nuclear family is breaking down. Which is the beginning of a community. When even that idea is breaking down, you can understand the kind of issues that will cause and reverberate across every aspect of our experiences. So it's an incredibly powerful point. So I think, your the quizzes that you do, the event that you have, feeds into a very, very real need. So this idea of a third space, right? This idea where people can come, meet, connect, unwind, and feel part of something a little bit bigger than themselves, feel connected, feel like they've got something to look forward to. What's the response been like? So have people come to you on side and talk to you about what it's done to them? What have you witnessed just doing these things on a regular basis?
It's like, for example, there's been people, it's been happening, this is going to be the 7th week.
Okay,
it's crazy. It's going to be the 7th week. And there's been people who've never missed a day.
Yeah.
They've never missed. And even if they've missed it because of circumstances that were outside. Maybe they're going to a wedding or anything like that. But there's people who've been there for a very long time. And I remember one sister, she messaged me, and so she was there. She was like, AdiWahab, I've got your notifications on. Once you put that ticket out, I am there. And she was like I was so depressed. Like I was so, like I needed people. Like I really needed that downtime. People have come alone, left with a group. People have come alone and legit have come back to the first we have to give thanks to the owners of the coffee shop. Sure. So Rafiat,
plug, bro.
Yeah,
what's
the
the called?
coffee house in Acton,
Okay.
the Big Red Shop.
Come on.
And they have been like the most, because now I work with them as well, and they've been the most amazing community. They've been the most amazing type of people to have, and the idea of even a third space being open until 1 a.m. People coming in, being greeted, and you know, sometimes if there's no drink that is on the menu that you know that's there, someone says, oh, I like that type of drink, they'll make it for you. Like it's not on the menu, but because you've asked for it, they're now able to accommodate you, right? And so then people come up to me like, do I have like, I really look forward to the Friday. Like it's made me so much happier. I've made so many friends. And people just think about, you know, I know Somalis. He was like, oh my God, I'm going to go for the sisters. And then one sister even said to me, I said, oh, inshallah, I'll see you next week. She said, I ain't coming back. I said, okay. She goes, I'm Alf Don, my guy. Which means I'm looking for a guy. I'm looking for a nigga. I'm looking for a husband. So therefore, I came in for a husband. And at that time, I think it was like a lot of girls came that day. She said, yeah, I didn't see anyone. And I was like, my dear sister, this is not that type of gig. This is not that type of party. Like we're not if it happens, it happens, but organically, but it's not that type of thing. And then because of that, people are saying, yeah, like I can really, like I'm seeing grown people. Like I'm talking about, they're in their late 20s, early 30s, they're screaming answers out. And they're like, bro, like in this 1 hour, I forgot about my job, I forgot about my work, I forgot about any stress. I just came here and I just relax. I just joke about.
That's one thing we were talking about, me and Salman. I think when it comes to London, you know, if you come from a different city and you come here, you actually do realize how lonely it is in London, because everyone lives in their own pockets.
Yes,
the city is so big that even if you do have friends, you have to actually plan to meet them up.
Also, how many people actually have a lot of friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if you do,
even if you like, a lot of people have like 1 or 2, 3 friends. 1 or 2 friends. One or two, three friends. One of them married. 2 of them are working. Now one's out of the country. And you're thinking, man, like I really want to go to this place, but I don't have anyone to go with.
So when we come to this city ourselves, we think, oh, this place is depressing.
Because I remember you guys had me outside a coffee shop at 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
I said, what kind of brummy lifestyle is this? Like 3 a.m. for us, there's nothing open.
Like the amount of times we come and like it's midnight, 11 p.m. and we just want to share.
Nothing's open.
We're trying to find something that's open. Do you know what I mean?
Impossible.
It's crazy.
Because I say, anyone who says London is a 24-hour city is nonsense.
Yeah, it's not. It's actually nonsense.
Really not.
Yeah.
Really
It is not. Like you have to have your own. London is a city that you find yourself. Like it's not a city that finds you.
100%.
Like you have to do the work.
You have to go out your way to find things.
You have to really,
and then you prosper.
Then you prosper. But if you come to London, you're like, I'm gonna,
here, guys.
I'm here, guys. People are like, just shut up. One person's gonna kick you in the knee. Walk faster. So that's what London is. Because the thing is, you think about it, there's more millionaires and billionaires in London than any other place. It's a hustle culture. Like London is about putting your bootstrap or whatever. Like if you really want to make it, you come to London. But a lot of people here are trying to make it. So it's like a pressurized place where the likelihood of you making friends and you making people is so hard unless you find your own community. Which is why if you think about how many more book clubs are now out, how many running clubs, how many cycling clubs, because people have woken up and they said, whoa, the last time I spent with 10 or 15 more people was in high school and university. And they're like, I need to go outside.
Yeah.
So like the coffee houses in Acton creates that sort of environment where you'll see people around your age and people are connected. So people are now working together on certain projects. Like I'm working with somebody for an event, came to the coffee house, right? Yeah. There's people who, for example, they'll come up to me and they're like, I know you're making that matchmaking service. I want you to put me through. And I'm like, cool. And in that time where they're talking to me, another person might speak to me and I get when I get home, they're like, AdiWahab, you know that brother that you said hi to? Yeah, what's he saying? And I'm then connecting them to. I'm like, all right, guys, Libadina. Another person might be like, oh, AdiWahab, like I saw somebody that I was interested in, and you know them. And then so we're using each other as a community, right? People are using different things. Like, for example, Abadir, Hashi and Co. If I need a poster, I'm going to go to him. I'll be like, Abadir, can you help me out with this? He'll be like, cool. And if he needs like a marketing or someone to push out his content, he'll come to me. Yeah. So that it's about creating that sort of community. And I feel like we should bring that when it comes to love. Also, like even like the idea of love. Like as you said at the beginning, what's the guy talking about love? Or Yet, when you look at the stats, people are listening.
Oh, facts.
Right? 100%. Like when you look at like the numbers, people are tuning in. Yet, in real life, we're all pretending that we don't want it.
Nah, no one cares.
No, nobody cares. And I used to say out loud, I say, I want to be loved. I want to be held. I want to be cared for, whatever. You used to look at me like, and then I remember I said, I'm going to get married by the end of next year, I'm going to get married. And I had nobody at that time. And someone said to me, do I have like, what are you talking about? And so I remember I was cancelling somebody. Not cancelling, I was like doing like a little test on. They were like, I remember you said that you were going to get married in that year. And then I saw your nikah. And I said, you actually said it and it happened. And I said, I'mal bin niyat. Like I put my intention out there, right? I put my intention out there and I wasn't afraid of the consequence. And matter of fact, wallahi, what if I tell you, after that post, I had to turn off my DMs. Because people are like, I also want to get married. What are you saying? I said, whoa. I said, this is
it shows, bro. It shows, you know, when you move with purpose.
Yeah.
And when you were very clear about what you want, people resonate with that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? People feel like, I can't really be upfront about what I want because it's a little bit, it's aib or it's embarrassing. There's nothing wrong with it.
But if I come out and say I want money, nobody blinks.
Yeah, 100%.
If I come out and say I want power, nobody blinks. If I come out and say I want to be the most popular person this year, nobody blinks an eye. The moment I say I want love, I want to be married, I want to be a husband, I want to be a father, suddenly everyone's like, oh, being vulnerable, aren't you?
Who's this moist?
Yeah, you're moist, bro. Like, At the same time, you're seeking that same thing. Like Allah created you to seek that.
Everyone's yearning for it.
Yeah, everyone's yearning for it. Like you can be the most toughest person and you realize the only reason why they're tough is because they had very bad experience. Right? They had very bad experience that taught them, hey look, if you rely on other people, you're gonna get hurt. And so they've made that part of their persona. They've made that part of their personality. It's a front. But if you rip that part out and you really study them and you really look at, everyone wants to be loved. It's just that we haven't received that softness. Like I would say, alhamdulillah, I've now my 1 year graduating my first year of marriage, and I am looking back and I'm like, it's been the best. Like I am like I wish I could take this thing and tell people about it, and then tell them, hey, look, like as I was saying earlier, like make love great again, like bring back that idea of yearning. I'm like if I'm not with my wife, I'm like I miss her. She's become part of my daily routine. She became my best friend, but it wasn't an accident, right? Like me and her, we worked at it. We sat down with each other, and so, for example, questions like, for example, what do you desire for me? And like every Sunday, for example, we'll sit down and we'll say, hey, look, like, what do you want from me next week? Right? We'll do three things that she's done well, and 3 things that I've done well. 3 things that she will like me to do next week, and 3 things she'll like me to improve on. And she might be like, you know what, AdiWahab, like you've done that really well this week. I need that more from you, right? And at times, wallahi, it'll be, because I'm just an annoying little guy, it might be like I put a cotton bud on the toilet. It might be, you know, I need to be more careful where I put things and stuff like that. Or it might be like, you know what, I really want us to go on a date next week. I really want us to spend more quality time next week. So you're thinking, that's what I need to do. But it's like I knew how she wanted to be loved, and I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning how the little things, how she liked to be loved and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, this is how you like it. And she'll be like, yeah, this, you know, like I prefer it like this. I'll give an example. If she's on her period, she's not cooking. I'll do the cooking. If she does the cooking, I do the cleaning. Like on a general. And if I do the cooking, she does the cleaning. If I do this, she does that. So it's like creating that partnership with it. Like compatibility is something that is not the prerequisite of marriage, is the achievement of it, is the achievement of love, is fine-tuning each other to the point where like, I know now what to do, right? So when a lot of people, they're like, oh, they see a 20-year marriage and they're like, but look at them, they understand each other. Like, the guy doesn't have to say, the girl's not saying too much. I'm like, no, the girl has said it so many times, the wife has said it so many times that it's become a normality to the guy that he now doesn't need that triggering. He doesn't need that prompt anymore.
He's calibrated.
He's calibrated, right? But I'm like, at the beginning, it's a lot to learn. It's like what you make of it. But people are like, no, kind of, because movies, shows, books, they kind of taught us that love is something you find. You take the right turn and you bump into somebody and whoa, like you just find them now. And then you get married and then you're like, wait, you know, in the movies, it wasn't this difficult, right? And that movie finished as soon as they got married. That movie didn't show you the day after that. That book stopped as soon as they got together. That's it. So now you're like, I'm dealing with couples and they're like, yeah, like he's so annoying. Like I'm telling him to do this and he's not doing it. And I'm getting frustrated. And then the common thing that I always get is he's an adult, right? Why am I telling him? Oh, she's an adult. Why do I have to tell her? Why do I have to keep reminding her? And I'm like, you know, you chose this partner, right? Like this is, I have to, your fault, not even your fault. I'm like, you know, like the happiness and the goodness and the love that you felt for them. Not even love, because I think for me, love is something that you do as an action, but like the great feeling that you had on that day of starting this journey together. What changed?
Unrealistic expectations, I think, to be honest, because
definitely
you expect
and unmet as well.
Unmet as well. You're expecting things from an individual that you wouldn't do yourself, or when someone is accountable, you would know that person. You might remind them, but they will forget. Yeah, you understand. But then you want to be cut some slack when it's your turn, and then
it's messy.
You've had a long day.
Yeah,
and you've been told get some milk. You didn't. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then you're thinking, yeah, but I had a long day. Blah blah. If you want, you need to give whatever you want back. If you know what I mean. And it's very easy to be said, but the whole mindset of you're an adult, or why do I need to keep repeating myself? And it's those things that need to be nipped in the bud, to be honest. Because
I always tell people this. I said, a relationship, especially marriage, is like a newborn baby. You don't tell a newborn baby, feed yourself, right? You are very careful with the baby. You're very delicate with the baby. Like you're there. You're putting your. And I'm like, a relationship is like a newborn baby. You have to be very careful with everything that you do. You have to give so much time to that newborn baby, and then it grows. And the baby becomes stronger, and they learn to walk, and they learn to run, and then they learn to do their own thing. So it's just like that. It's like the first year, it needs nutrients, it needs care, you need to look after this little thing. That's the same way how you should be looking after your relationship. The same way. You don't give your baby to everyone else, do you? No. You don't leave your baby with every random stranger. No, you don't. So why would you leave your marriage with every other person? You're out here seeking advice from people you shouldn't be seeking advice from. You wouldn't go to a crackhead and be like, hey, hold my baby, I'm gonna leave my baby with you. Exactly. Or you wouldn't go up to someone who's unserious and be like, look after this baby. No, you wouldn't. The same way you wouldn't go up to someone who's not really tapped in and seek marital advice from them. Like, look, they've been divorced 5 times. I don't think you should be going to that person who's never managed to sustain any relationship about your relationship, right? Go to someone who's been doing it with quality. Because I think people think time. I'm like, no, well, like I'm 1 year in and I'm dealing with couples who've been 13 years in, 14 years in, 15 years in, some even 20 years in, and they're having the same problems as the same couple that are 1 year in. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, look, if you've never been taught, you never learn.
But also, it's time is definitely not a factor.
It's not. It's quality.
Quality is one, and the other one is, compatibility and personalities. So like someone can be married for 10 years, but their personalities, they gel, they understand each other, and they've communicated, right? And someone else can still have quality, but their personality. So I can advise you about something, but then because you two and your personality are completely different, it's not going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's
my
crazy
personality.
how works,
I'm the most extroverted person. Like, you put me in a room full of 200 people, 300 people, I don't care. I'll speak in front of them. I'll speak to everyone. My wife's the opposite. It doesn't matter. She's quiet. But people will look at us and be like, how the hell did these two... Yeah, how the hell did these two work? But it's because, in terms of value, our personality is very aligned.
Yeah.
But when we're at home, our personality gels. Like, I'm laughing 90% of the time. Like, I'm cracking up. Like, she doesn't even tell jokes. She's just a funny person to me. Like, she'll say something and I'm just there dying. I'm there dying. And I'll say something and she's there dying. We're laughing out at each other's facial expression. But it's like we learn. We attune to each other and we learn. And I'm like, okay, for example, she's a very, very, very shy person. So if I'm going to a place where there's going to be a lot of people, I have to let her know 24 hours in advance. Hey, look, we're going to that place. Heads up. Like, a lot of people are going to come. A lot of people are going to, you know, if I see her and I see her energy levels are a little bit low, I'll go near her and I'll be like, you okay? Do you want to leave? Do you want to take a fresh air? She'll be like, yeah, can I get a fresh air? And I'll go get a fresh air. But it's like we've attuned towards each other, right? She might see me like I can easily try to do too much. Like, I get into a mode where I'm like, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this. And I get burnt out. And she'll be like, why don't you just relax a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 5 o'clock now. Like, you've been working since 5 a.m. Sit down, like, relax. You know, have some coffee, or have some tea. Like, let's go on a walk. So she's learned, okay, this guy's he's gonna get frustrated later. He's just about to burn out. He's about to crash out. Go to him and tell him, yo, take a break. Because I won't take a break. I'll just continue doing it. So she will tell me, look, stop. But it's like that thing of doing things for each other. I'm looking at people like, why are you calculating how much you're going to put into the relationship so that you don't get hurt? Why are you calculating with the people you're meant to be so free with? Like, even like safe space. The idea of, should you be vulnerable with your wife?
Does it exist?
I'm like, who else are you going to be vulnerable with? Like, who else? Like, why are you looking for safe space other places other than your spouse? Like, and then people come to me, no, like, safe space, I can't cry in front of my wife. I can't tell my wife I'm stressed. Because if I tell her I'm stressed, but then I'm like, the Prophet ﷺ legit ran to his wife, and said, like, cover me. Yet you think that you can't go to your wife and be like, yo, I'm a bit frustrated at work today. I'm like, well, why is that? But then again, a lot of guys, they will say to me, AdiWahab, there's no safe space in my home. Like, if I do say this one thing, it will be used against me. And I'm like, has it happened before? Or are you assuming that it's going to happen because of what you've seen online? And they're like, oh, I'm kind of like assuming. I'm like, have you ever told your wife that? Have you ever told like your missus that? I don't know. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I see some girls, they see some things that are just so silly, like, I can't, a man crying for me, and I'm like, it's all a facade, wallah. Like, it's all these people that are outside, it's all a facade, because I'm in your lives. Like, you guys come to me, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, wow, like, you just tweeted the most bullshit thing the other day, and you're in my office today, and I'm like, you don't think that I've seen that? Yeah. But I can't say to the, hey, I remember. By the way, I like the tea. I like this.
Well, you know, like, you pointed to something so critical, and it goes back to, I think, how men and women operate and understand things differently.
Yeah.
With social media, it's such a problem. So, you know, a lot of times when girls or women tweet something, they don't necessarily mean what they tweet.
Yeah.
They just tweet.
Because they know it's going to get the buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they just feel like speaking.
Yeah.
In that moment, yeah?
Yeah.
So a lot of times they'll even say, they might say, you know, don't take me serious, or I'm just tweeting, or whatever it is. But a lot of times girls are tweeting things or saying things that they don't necessarily mean. But the way men understand it is they take a man, when you say something, he takes you literal. As you say. We're very literal like that. So when they're seeing this kind of content coming out, they're taking it literally. And they're believing it literally. So now when they're seeing girls tweeting, you know, if a man ever cried in front of me, it's an ick. Or when, you know, when you're seeing the Reddit stories of a girl saying, I saw my man cry and I've been distant with him ever since. Do you know what I mean? When it's seeing stuff like that, it's feeding into
This idea.
This idea of, you know what I mean? A man, how is a man supposed to be? And it kind of piggybacks more to the point you were making earlier about how this is true for women as well, but especially for guys, where there's this massive fear around vulnerability.
Yeah.
You know? But like you said, you know, whenever you speak about love, all of a sudden there's this kind of almost a visceral step back. You understand, like, why are you talking about that, bro? Like it's not a real yearning need that we have as human beings. You understand? So it's like, how do you deal with that with guys and girls? You know, this almost allergic reaction that people are having towards being vulnerable or tapping into that. You know, whether it's as a consequence of maybe their experiences in the past, or whether it's you know, content that they're seeing, or you know, them having kind of a misconception of what it means to be a man, or women seeing things and content and experiences from other people and now having a guard up about vulnerability in men. How do you tap into that? Because it seems to be a massive problem.
I think number one is we need to create positive role models, because I think we have so much of negative ones. We have so much red pill. We have so much don't ever be kind to your husband. We have so much don't ever be like one of my new friends I've created is he put a video out. His name is 65. He put a video out saying, "Would you hold your wife's hand?" And the fact that he had conversation in group chat, a lot of the men were saying, "I will not do that."
That's crazy.
And I commented, not only would I hold her hand, I would give her a piggy bank. And I would tell her, can you give me a piggy bank as well? And I said, it's so stupid. Like, it is so... And I remember one time, one of the guys came up to me and goes, "AdiWahab, because of you, I actually believe in love now. I didn't think it existed. I didn't think it was a thing.
That's wild.
But because of you, I actually believe that you can find somebody." So he goes, "Please keep speaking about it." Like, there's so many impressionable people. So the same way they can be impressionable with the negative tweets and the negative videos is the same way they can start believing with the positive videos and the positive retweets. And that's the thing that, but every time I speak to somebody and they're like, "Nah, like, don't really," and I'm like, "Look, like, your story is well needed to create a balanced narrative, right? Scope, that's what you guys are about, to create a change in narrative, right? But if a lot of people are looking at marriage and they're like, they hear the statistics, 65% get divorced, and they're all these different things, and then they go online and negativity spreads like wildfire. So when you have the opposite, when someone says, "Hey, like, outwardly, I love my wife," a lot of guys are like, "Wait, why can he say that?
How is he so comfortable?"
Yeah, like, how's he so comfortable in saying that?" And the next minute when you say, like, "Yo, I've achieved," because if I'm honest, like, I've achieved everything due to my wife. Like, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, but Allah provided me the best form of rizq, which was her. And so because of her prayer, because of her du'as, and because of the amount of time, like, every time that I was reading the book, I would write, I would like read it to her. Every page that you see, she has listened to it. If there's a word, she's changed it. If there's a tweak here, she's the one that said, "Why would you say it like that? Why don't you say it like this?" Okay, let me actually say it like that, right? Every poster you guys have seen is from her, right? So people see me visibly, but the background is her, right? The person who supports me the most is her. The first person who likes any post is her. The first person who will go to watch any YouTube video is her. She'll say, "When is the YouTube video out?" Before it's even out. Like, when are they going to upload it before it's even out? She lives with me. So a lot of people, like our siblings, will be like, "No, I know who you are, bro. Everything you're going to say, I already know."
Exactly.
Yeah, she can say that, but yet she's the first person to support. She's the first person to say, "No, I think you could do bigger. I think you can do better." Like, anytime I get into my own head, like, would I? She's like, "No, you can do it." Like, I'll give you an example. The Wonder Mix one. I was like, damn, I put the event out too late. It's only like 14 days from the actual event. Am I going to sell out? Is it going to be a thing where I put out this place and whatever and nobody's going to come? And she was like, "Why would you think that? Did you not sell out your last one?" "Yeah." "Then why would you not sell out the second one?" And I was like, oh. But she was, and also like, have you done this and have you done that? Have you done your bits where you could say, you know what, I tried my best, the rest is up to Allah. And I was like, she was like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. Like you're gonna do great. And I'm there thinking, subhanAllah, like look, the support that I have doesn't even allow me to fail.
Oh, man.
Like the idea of failure when I'm with her is impossible, right? And then I've been loved so carefully and so delicately, and so to the point where I can't allow another person to ruin what she's built in terms of like the character that I am, in terms of like how she takes care of me. So I'm like, I should talk about this so that you can know that when you do get married, if you do get married to the right person, this is what you can be receiving. But other guys, they're just hearing, well, you need to provide for me all day, you need to do this and you need to do that. And so a lot of men, what they see, and it doesn't resonate with them. I'll be honest. Like a lot of social media, what they're seeing doesn't resonate with them. Nobody is looking at someone saying to them, I need you to provide for me. I need you to buy me the hab. I need you to pay 30K for a wedding. I need you to do all these things. No man's watching and be like, I want to be that guy.
No.
I want to be that guy. Like, yeah, like, yes. And online, you're getting told, yeah, like, this and that. But if I come online and say, look, like, I'll give you an example. Like, alhamdulillah now, like, I make, in terms of, like, I don't work I don't use my hours as work anymore. As before, I would have to work 45 hours a week. I would have to work 50 hours a week, and I'll get a sum of money. Now my life's completely different. It's like I'm always it's getting to a stage, inshallah, where I'm getting paid for being me.
Yeah,
I'm getting paid for the knowledge that I have. But it was due to the fact that when I was studying, she made it easier for me. When I was writing, she made it easier for me. And so, thinking she's invested so much in me, and because of her investment, because of her love, because of her care, I'm now able to achieve all these different things. But now I'm taking all that investment, pouring it back into her. Like she's been the recipient of everything. But there was a time where I was working at DPD.
Exactly.
And you know, I had to work 15 hours. And I'll come home and the bath water was done and the food was ready. And I would just want to cry. I would just be like, like all the stress that I had the whole day would just like disappear. Right? But then I'm hearing some other mandem and they're like, bro, I will sit outside my house for at least an hour before going there. And I'm like, subhanAllah, what's happening here? And they're like, yeah, because like as soon as I go in there, I know I'm about to get the biggest headache. I know I'm about to be asked questions I cannot answer, and the person doesn't even give me the time to relieve myself. Doesn't even give me the time to decompress from what just happened. Because we all do that as men. When we have a whole day, we just want to come home to peace, and we want to come home and we want to decompress. In fact, that 10-minute, that 30-minute, we just want to be to ourselves. We're not even on our phone. We're not even scrolling. We're in like a monkey box. We're just like, yeah. And we're just like going through the data of the whole day, right? So imagine not having that space. You're going to hate your home, right? You're going to be like, I don't even want to go inside. I'll rather stay outside. And then you end up sitting at a cafe. But then the other side as well is like, we don't tell. Us men, we don't talk. We don't tell our wives that, hey, look, like, I just need 10 minutes, please. I need, it's not about you, it's about me. I need 10 minutes, right? And so, also, like, I saw a video the other day, Somali guy, and he was making very good points. He was talking about feminism, and he was talking about how our sisters are like becoming feminist and stuff like that. And he was saying how feminism is not part of Islam and all these different things, and that Islam gives you all the rights. And at the same time, he said, look, by our behavior, we are forcing them to be the most radical people ever, just by our behavior. And I'm looking at the data, and I'm looking at people, I'm looking at the sisters, and I'm looking at what they're telling me, and I'm looking at the people I'm counseling, and I'm like, if I was a woman, I would hate men as well. I'll become a radical feminist as well. If I experience,
I've got a question.
Go on.
There's a term that I have come across very recently, secondhand trauma.
Yeah.
Have you come across that term? Do you know what it is?
So much. Because look, imagine you grow up in a household and you saw your mum working ridiculous, experiencing the most ridiculous things. And look, like the new conversation nowadays is around work, like can a wife work or etc. And I'm like, those are very private things that people are having public discourses about. But let's say you're a sister, and you just saw your mum in a very abusive marriage, right? And then you saw your mum work, and you saw your mum getting financially abused, or you saw her, and now you've grown up, and the mentality you've had is, I can't let this happen to me.
Yeah, I need to work.
I need to work. Or not even I need to work, I need to make sure that I'm on guard. That the moment that guy steps out, I'm like, I've seen the story before, I've read the script, I am not going to allow you to do that to me. And then the other opposite where a guy sees a girl working, his mum working, and he's like, yeah, if my mum can do it, why can't you? Like, my mum was working and cooking and cleaning and doing all these things. What makes you think you're better than her? And you're like, you saw your mum suffer, and now you want your wife to suffer at the same time. Matter of fact, you should have woken up and said to yourself, you know what, like, why don't you relax? Like, I'll take care of this. You didn't think that. You thought, you know what, if my mum can do it, you can do it as well. So there is a lot of like people taking even generational trauma, where people are experiencing things that they've seen and heard from other people, and they've internalized it, and now it's being replayed. And I'm like, a lot of things are so difficult to pinpoint, but I'm like, you're always uncovering. Like, it's healing. Like, marriage is healing. Like, I'll give you a story. I remember, and I always talk about myself because I'm like, if I give you guys anecdotal evidence of what I'm going through, then you could understand, right? Stories are always going to be more powerful than if I give you stats, if I just tell you something. I'm like, I'm just going to be the sheep. I'm going to be the sheep that everyone uses. But I remember one time, SCOPE event, yes. I went shopping, I went to go get a suit, right? I remember I bought the green suit and I bought a pink shirt. And I have so many pink stuff. I have a pink khamis, I have a pink this, pink that.
A pink khamis?
Yeah, I have a pink khamis. I have a salmon.
Where
it's not really. It's salmon. It's salmon. But
do you know how bright pink that is? A lot better.
Yeah, it's salmon. But it's like, it's still like, let me actually get that pink khamis out so that everyone kind of knows what I'm talking about.
We're gonna put it up right here when.
Let me get it out. Or like, where's that khamis? It's when I told you, I have that pink khamis is like one of my favorite.
But we've got a couple of minutes left, yeah. So we'll end it with this story, inshallah.
Yeah, so it's like that. Oh yeah, so it looks like this. It looks like that.
Okay.
Yeah, with the blazer. What I was wearing the other day.
Yes.
So exactly.
That means it's muted enough.
Yeah.
It's not like in your face like
in
that,
your face pink. Yeah. Well, who was think pink? They're thinking bright, Barbie. Yeah. Like, no. But yeah, so I bought like a pink shirt.
Yeah.
With it to go with the green suit. Because I checked around and I saw a lot of pink and green. I was like, you know what, cool. Came home, showed her what I bought. She said, oh, wear it for me. I wore it. She goes, oh, pink shirt. You have a lot of pink stuff. Why don't you get a yellow? Why don't you get a white? And I said, no, actually, I prefer this. She goes, no, I think you should really like expand your palette. You know, you don't want to be having the same color of clothes everywhere. I said, no, I actually think I prefer the pink. You know, I really like it. It goes well with the suit. All right. I went to go take a shower, came back. She said, hey, I want to apologize earlier. I didn't want you to think that your opinion didn't matter. And I didn't want to be pushy. And you know, I respect your decision for you to get pink. But wallahi, naturally my body just I just started tearing up for no reason. I'm thinking, but then I thought about it. I thought, she took my feelings into consideration. I didn't even take it as a disrespect, but she thought that it could be a disrespect, and then I apologized. And then I said, for somebody to value my opinion that much, and to value and care for me that much, where they don't even, and we come from a Somali household, which is very harsh, like all these languages. And then they get told. Then they tell us like, "Oh, why are these kids not soft?" My friend, I grew up in a war zone.
That's
right?
No soft bone.
There's no soft bone. Like why are Somali men not romantic? Yeah. Have you seen our mothers? Have you seen our fathers? They're walking miles apart. Like let's be very honest. Like we didn't grow up like like mental health and well-being, and to look at a child and be like, you know, you're doing well and stuff like that. Like, you're more likely to get cussed out than to be complimented, right? And if you achieved something, they'll tell you, what else were you meant to achieve?
You expected to do
You
this.
expected to do this. But if I fail, you're like, why are you failing? Like, you know what I had to go through to get to you to this country for you to have this opportunity. And so it does come from a place of like love, but it's not really love. It's just, I call it like impact with intention. Like, the intention is good, but the impact is very poor. So it really brought that whole back into me, where the inner child of AdiWahab was being healed. The inner child of AdiWahab has been looked at and been told, like, you know, you're doing well, your feelings do matter, you're here, you're safe. And this is what a safe space is, right? So naturally, physiologically, my body just shut down. My body just let go of whatever fight or flight thing that was there. And because of that, my eyes started to tear up, which is a natural thing. Like, a lot of people think crying is like, but sometimes when you get to a stage where it will happen to you, all the things you were holding back will just one day will collapse out of you. And so I was like, subhanAllah, like, this is so safe. And I'm going after, I'm like, so you don't care the fact that right now I'm tearing up? She goes, no. She goes, like, that's natural. Like, men cry, women cry, babies cry, everyone cries. Like, why do you think that you can't be emotional in front of me? And then I ask a lot of guys, the question is that, why is it the only emotions that you guys think you can display is anger and power? Is that the only thing that you guys think being a masculine is? Yeah. Why is it? Why do you feel like you don't have the strength to be able to be vulnerable and be okay? And they're like, bro, I'm just not going to put myself in that position. And I'm just like, fair to you, but I'm having a good time.
And I think what a powerful place to stop at, subhanallah. Honestly, bro, this has been you know, they say that the sequel isn't as good as the prequel, the first movie. But I think this is one incredible episode. One incredible episode. And honestly, we could do this for hours and hours and hours. But you know, we are limited in time, unfortunately. I think that's where we'll end it for this episode, inshallah. And of course, we definitely will be having you on again.
Another barrier broken.
100%.
We're cooking up something, so
stay tuned, bro. Stay tuned. Before we end it, bro, tell us what you got going on. Any projects coming on? Any events coming up?
Yeah, Culture House 1, 27th, inshallah. I think this episode will be actually out before, after that already happens. Coffee House every Friday, and then now we're introducing Saturdays for the older crowd. Okay. So 25 plus older crowd, where they all do their own thing as well. So
you're accommodating for the
because you know some people are like, yo, that 21-year-old is driving my head crazy, man. Like, they're screaming, they've got a bit of energy. I just did.
I need the
sorry for the older crowd. So we're doing Saturdays now. Inshallah, they'll be running for the next 2 years. That's a contract that we have. There'll be a few events. There's going to be a barbecue on the 3rd of August, inshallah, at Lace Network. A few events. I'm always going to be having events, and inshallah, one in Brum with you lot as well.
Definitely, inshallah. Yeah. We're obviously going to have all your socials down below, and you're going to be posting, you know, whatever you have going on your socials. So as long as you follow AdiWahab on his socials, inshallah, you'll be up to date with everything he's doing. AdiWahab, as per usual, bro, thank you so much for coming on. This has been an incredible episode. I know people are going to be loving it, even if they love it silently.
Subscribe.
Please. We're bringing
like, share. Come on now. Come on.
Please do comment, like, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you get notified as soon as we post any content. I've been Salman. We've had our illustrious doctor,
Doctor,
and then
DR,
and then Dr.
No.
That's the important doctor.
No, that's the right one.
That's the heart. Just come on, bro. We'll catch you on the next one, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.